Okay guys, welcome down. We're down here at St Anne's Old Links. I've got Nick Sharples from Scotty Cameron here. Which official role, Nick?
Scotty Cameron Product Specialist.
Scotty Cameron Product Specialist sounds really good. So Nick's brought down the new range of the Phantom X putters here, which look absolutely stunning, to be honest. So first time I've actually seen these, so I'll be really interested to sort of go through a little bit of the technology with yourself, Nick.
Definitely.
Talk a little bit about the putters, let you guys understand a little bit about what Scotty Cameron are doing in the design of these putters. Lots of different, all mallet heads, but lots of different designs for different types of strokes, which Nick is going to sort of go through.
So big thing with Phantom X is obviously this is the kind of idea where Scotty can kind of go a little bit out there in his ideas from putter design. So the select side is the very traditional blade style of heads. So the Phantom X is the new range of models from the Futura line. So the big thing that Scotty really wanted to kind of get across this year was kind of a lot of tour validation, a lot of tour feedback, and then really put that into a new design of head. So what we've got in Phantom range is we've got 5 variations of models, from a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8 and a number 12, and within that very different designs, some design, a certain design that you might know already, and then some very different out there. And big thing straight away from the mallet perspective that you can see in Phantom X is the colour design is very different to kind of putters that Scotty's made before and designed before. So the key things that we're looking to change in Phantom X was the design aspect. Obviously the alignment features that we look for in a mallet putter, they're the key thing in a mallet. And obviously from the performance factor. So within the range, like I say, we have a 5, 6, 7, 8 and a 12 design. So a big thing from a design perspective, the big thing that the players weren't too keen on in Futura was the size of the head. So Scotty's a huge car nut, and he had that kind of analogy like BMW. So we had a 5, 6 and 7. That idea that the bigger series of car you get, the bigger the back end of the putter becomes. So the guys wanted a little bit more of a smaller compact size throughout the head design, so that's one thing that we changed. Within the head design themselves, we have a number 5 head. So this is the kind of similar head design that, well, it is the putter that Justin Thomas has been using out on tour this year. Very kind of similar to maybe like the 5W heads you might have seen in the previous kind of Futura line. Very simple. What we have from an alignment side in the number 5 putter is the 3 single cherry dots on top, and we have a single top line on there just to help you kind of frame the ball nice as you dress to your aim point. In the 6 design, a little bit different things going on here. You can kind of see that we've got 2 different models, and this is where things kind of change. We have different variations in 6, 7 and 8, and as well in 5, and we'll talk about that in a minute. What Scotty wants to get out here, and again a big thing from the alignment side, you can kind of say, well, why has it gone this black and kind of a luminous yellowy green colour? Scotty spent a lot of time on target based sports and kind of found that, you know, them high optic colours were really going on a kind of a black matte finish, just to help you aim a lot better. So again, on both these, on the number 6, I've got this one here, is the 3 cherry dots with the top line. But you can kind of see here we've got these 2 lines, these 2 tracks at the back, and they're kind of broken away from the face, but they're there to kind of help you frame the ball more in the middle of the head. What we have in the 6S, the 6 straight shaft, you see we've got a single black line here, and that's just going to stop the kind of them 3 cherry dots reflecting back up on the shaft. So again, an aid in there of alignment, but we've kind of gone away from that yellow colour because it's reflecting back up on the shaft. In the number 7 versions, you can see here the heads look pretty much both very similar, right? What we have on here that's different to the number 6 is that you can see them lines have gone all the way from the front of the face all the way to the back, so they're not broken away. Again, you've got the 3 cherry dots and the top line there to help you frame and square to your target point, but then you've got them 2 lines there to help you frame the ball in the middle of the putter. So kind of when I was going out to tour, especially in Dubai, when we were showing these putters to the guys out on tour, was obviously the looks of these putters are very different to what Scotty's made ever in a mallet before, and this head kind of struck me a little bit. When I first saw images of it, I was like, it'll be interesting, but this is probably one of the most popular heads in my time that I spent in Dubai, and especially out in the States at Pebble Beach and Riviera. But what we have on the number 8 here, again, we have them 3 cherry dots with the 2 lines to help frame the golf ball, but there's no top line on this putter. I think the way it addresses and it frames the ball is really cool, and that's why a lot of tour players have kind of gravitated to that style of head. In the number 12, this is the flagship model in Phantom X with the wings, so it's kind of replacing the Futura 6M. I like to think about it, the Mickey Mouse head. What we've got on here, again, the 3 cherry dots and that top line with the lines all the way across, and you can kind of see them Then wings on the putter, then the stainless steel wings, that's there to aid the MOI and stability of the head. So kind of going into the performance factor of the heads is, we talk a lot about with putters, face balance, toe hang, and a lot of people associating the mallet design being that kind of traditional face balance, straight back, straight through. And a big thing in the design, and this is something that we really want to get across in Phantom, and why there's so many variations, is that basically what we have in the models this year is we have 3 different neck options. So toe flow, face balance, how does it happen, what's created in a putter? So like I say, a big thing that I kind of come see common across many amateur golfers is that that's have the association that a mallet putter is face balanced. It's not quite the case across the range of putters, but what toe flow is basically, if we look at the putter here and where the shaft kind of bends from, if I was to kind of have an imaginary line from that bend point there, the more that goes to the centre of the head, the more face balanced the head becomes. Okay, so you can kind of see even with that though, mate, it's still kind of hanging down a touch, and we'll talk about that in a minute as well. Because
you'd always associate that little bend, like you say, with most mallet putters, that you sit in and be completely face balance, which was more of a straight back, straight through. 100%.
If we look at the 0.5 version here, so the number 5 model here, you can see when I kind of put that putter on the balance point, you can see how the toe is hanging down. If we look at the head shape here in that design in the neck, you see it's a lot shorter and kind of coming more towards the heel.
Yeah.
So in the 5 heads, so we have a 5 and then a 5.5. Anything kind of with 0.5 across the range of Phantom and a little bit in the Select is kind of associated with that shorter bend,
shorter neck,
toe flow.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the number 5, the number 7 and number 8, we're offering the differences in the high bend.
Yeah.
And the low bend,
right,
single
so guys
low
have got
bend.
Options.
Exactly. So if you're coming in to see Mike or Ali or Dan down at St Anne's, and you're coming in, you see a specific head that I love the look of number 5, but I know in my stroke I need a little bit more. I have a little bit more arc in my stroke. We now have the ability to kind of give you a shaft design that's going to help complement your stroke.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to go through that process maybe in a separate video following on from here, fitting on me.
Yep.
So Nick's going to have a look at my stroke, see what sort of he thinks it is, and then put me into whatever neck sort of height of bend or straight neck possibly.
Definitely. And with that as well, just the final one we've got in the 6 shaft only, in the 6 straight, we have the centre shaft there. Again, you can see we talk about how close that goes to centre. You can't get a truly centre shafted putter, so even with that one there, you can still see there's an element of toe hang. And the biggest thing with toe hang and why we need it is because every golfer is going to have an element of arc in their stroke.
Yeah, because when you talk about straight back, straight through, unless it's a putt of that length.
I mean, the idea is, that because of how a putter's made and how we play golf, you're always going to have we play it in a rounded. You think about the golf swing, it's a rounded motion. It's the same thing with the putter. The putter's naturally designed to arc, so we're looking at a length and then the neck design that's going to help complement that stroke. So kind of going in terms of performance factor in terms of the heads, a big thing that we kind of associate with the heads is that kind of the 6061 aircraft grade aluminium and the 303 stainless steel. A big thing that we've moved on from Futura was that wrap round insert. Anything black you see on a Scotty Cameron is that 6061 aircraft grade of aluminium, and this is one solid chunk of aluminium now. Okay, so we've gone away from face inserts. So anything black on there is all one big chunk of aluminium.
Okay.
The steel aspects, especially kind of on the number 12, like I explained before, is that additional mass we get out there with them added wings there to aid stability, increase MOI.
So obviously steel's heavier than aluminium, that pulls it.
Exactly, distribute it weight more that way. Big feedback we're getting from both amateur golfers and out on the tour with these putters is that with that solid chunk of aluminium, and obviously being a milled putter, is that you're getting a lot more feedback through strike. It feels a lot more solid, but because it's aluminium, it still feels nice and soft.
Soft off the face, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So with the weights on some of these, obviously I'm guessing they're like a 15 gram weight in the heel and the toe and the sole. Are they option custom changing weights for? Yeah,
so weight side, again, from a fitting aspect, we kind of work off different kind of lengths, so kind of 33, 34, 35 being kind of stock, kind of pretty much the scope for everyone. So how we work it's a way that we can balance and kind of give stability to the head and swing weight, etc. So
on the length.
Exactly. So at 33 inch length we work off 2 20 gram weights. Off 34 inch length we work at 2 15s. At 35 we work off 2 10s. From a custom side, again, from a fitting aspect, it's not always that we change that. Probably 98% of people that we fit for, it's pretty much the weight that's in there is pretty good. The only other time we try and really change weight is whether a player specifies a heavier swing weight, just from a field perspective. or sometimes we can add a weight in there just to kind of reduce maybe things like hands and body. But like I say, majority of golfers, the weight that's in there will kind of work for majority of golfers.
Cool.
Another key thing that we worked on the performance factor in the head as well with Phantom is a slightly lower face height.
Okay.
From a visual aspect. And also what we had in the new Phantom X is that from the middle it's tapered in the toe and the heel.
Right.
So it's just going to help that kind of the face sit more flush and kind of like melt into the ground that little bit better.
Yeah.
Only other thing really to talk about is the grip. So the grip on this Phantom X is the Pistolero get mixed up on that one. Pistolero Plus. So you can see here, I'm getting a lot of kind of questions on this. Well, why have you go into like a smaller, thinner grip on a mallet design? And
thicker ones are all popular now.
The thicker mallet, the Matador mid-size grips on your blade style of head. Well, one thing we have on this is, like I say, this is a new Pistolero grip. We've kind of built 2 layers of tape into the size of the grip, so it's the same size throughout. It's not tapered on it's the same thickness. So that's one thing we've done. A big thing from a grip perspective as well. This is a custom thing. Is that if you're a player who has a select putter with that Matador mid-size grip and you love the feel and how that feels in your hands and for your stroke, we can put that on there for no extra cost from a custom side.
Cool.
The big thing with grip is that a lot of people will associate that kind of thinner grip kind of maybe increasing face rotation, that thicker grip reducing it, that side, that more straight back, straight through.
Yeah.
In all the research that Titus has actually done, that's not actually 100% true.
Okay.
It's all kind of based down to feel and how that player perceives the grip. So for how we both could feel this grip right now, you could get a completely different sensation. Grip is very, very personal, like the design of a head of a putter. It's what works for you and what the style. If you feel confident with it, that's where we start to hold more putts.
Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay guys, so there we go. There's quite a lot of information, a lot of technology behind the Scotty putters. What sort of retail price are these coming in the UK?
I'd love to tell you, but I've not even been told yet.
Oh, right, okay. Right. That might have to follow out.
Yes.
I might post that in the link down below.
Definitely.
But yeah, as we're shooting this video, they really are just quite fresh out in Europe anyway.
100%.
The States are the same, are they? Or?
So the state launch was the 12th of April.
Okay.
We're kind of looking toward the May 17th kind of European kind of store date.
Okay.
But they have been very popular demand at the moment. Yeah. So
we've actually got a tour fitting experience which Nick is doing down here at St Anne's Old Links. So if you are local and you wanted to come and go through a fitting scenario with Nick, then obviously you can contact us or message me and we can get you sort of booked in. But stay tuned, next video coming will be a fitting on me, so if you want to have a little look at the fitting process, stay tuned, that video will be coming very soon and we can see maybe which of these delightful putters Nick is going to fit me into. Okay, thanks very much Nick, appreciate your time as always.
Thank you mate, appreciate it.
If you enjoyed the video, post comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the Scotty range. Have you got Scotty at the moment? Is it something you might be looking to maybe upgrade to? Love to hear your comments as always, so post them down below. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.